Hello and welcome back to another OmniHeroes video. Sorry, just turning the sound down to make sure it wasn't too loud for you. Now, we're going to hopefully do 61 to 70 for Nightmare Rift Odyssey. It looks like we need to use Avengers. Now, I haven't put any stock really into the Avengers this season. So let's just check out my hope tree here. Hold on. So as you can see, I've got the 5 energy, or 10 energy levels that you are kind of essential. But then you've got your Elysians and Astrals. I don't put much stock into the Astral synergy. It is okay, but it's not fantastic. Elysians is a lot better. It's a lot better now, at any rate. So let's go ahead and build ourselves a team. Now, these are the 3 free-to-play Avengers that I think are most worth it. Having Salim just be the powerhouse that he is. You do want him to lose as much health but not die as possible. And the reason for that are his runes. Now, in case you don't know, let me just show you his runes. His runes go infinite. And what I mean by that is there is no cap on this 20% of healing received into own attack. So effectively, the way that this works, it's different to overheal. So Catherine, for example, when she's got full health and she receives healing, she'll gain additional attack and then pass that out to the rest of the team. Sal, on the other hand, he needs to take damage and then heal back up. So Sal converts 20% of healing received into own attack. The only time that healing received counts is if he has less health than he started with. So if his bar's gone down effectively and he heals it all the way back up. Which is why typically I would run him in this slot here. Now, I would run him in this slot for 2 reasons. Firstly is the healing vase, so the relic healing vase here. This procs on this slot 1, if the rest of the team are fully up to full health. And we want that as much as possible. Persephone also only targets this slot 1 with her passive, so giving fortitude effect. It's very, very powerful. For me personally, I think it's very, very powerful. Now, what we can do as well is we can run a bit of a different team, not using Mystifiers, not using Ethereals, not using Glorians, and not using Dooms. So what we can do is we can run this team right here. We go ahead and change up our artifacts. We'll take you out and we will put in Shield. And then that way Sal physically cannot die. And as well, we'll switch you 2 around and you get the 3 strikers. So you get 3 strikers, you get Salim, Elmer, and Persephone as well. Atrops should be one of your go-to units, especially at very early stages. Then you've got Elmer, who is a staple and should be one of the first DD units you go for. So it should be Astrid, then Elmer, just to get you through. And the reason for that is this Undying Shield, so our back units will not die as long as there is a frontline ally alive. And as well, Elmer's just a strong unit. Now, Blades of Chaos, I would say, is the best epic relic that there is. Many people use this in very, very high-end endgame PvP content and PvE content. Still used very frequently in Hand of Tyr as well. Just for me, it is the one you should prioritize because Glorians are absolutely fantastic. However, this is the team setup that we'll run. So we've got the Soul Eater perk and we have the Elysians perk as well. Both have been boosted this season. Halfway through the season because nobody was running them. And there's a reason that nobody was running them, and it's the Banish effect. Now, the Banish effect allegedly has been resolved in that you can only apply it once every 2 turns. That is still incorrect as of today's date, which I think is 25th. They said they would fix it on the 1st of November, and they have not fixed it. So what we need is for Solomon to survive for as long as possible until we get that 150 energy back up, which shouldn't be too difficult. As you can see, energy production is going through the roof. So once we've got all of this back, so yep, Elmer to return. He'll perform his ultimate. He won't have been affected by Atrops here, but we should be absolutely fine. And now Elmer here has Fortitude. Not that he needs it, but yeah, it is what it is. So Sal will get a boost. Yeah. So as you can see, against Dooms, Sal is very, very powerful. And the reason for that is because he will attack, he'll lose damage, and he'll attack again. And that means that he'll start to recover that HP. As you can see, we recovered that HP there. He gets 20% of that as attack. So just something to keep in mind. Now, Sal up to 2,700 million here, and only going to get stronger and stronger and stronger as the battle goes on. As you can see, we've got and we've even stolen an enemy unit as well because of the Valiant's Phantom Illusion effect. So they do gain the Phantom Illusion effect. Valiant's, they gain the Phantom Illusion effect as well. So it's just something that you do want to try out. Now, what you can do with this particular setup, you can switch around Sal and you can switch around Atrops. And that way, all of your units will be doing as much damage as we saw Sal doing in that last match. So again, let's go ahead and see just how effective this team or having Atrops in this back slot can be. So we did absorb Sal and we absorbed Persephone, but that shouldn't be too much of an issue. As you can see, we're doing, or they are doing a lot of reflect damage to us, but the Holy Shield should be able to cover that, and the Undying Shield as well should be able to cover that. Holy Shield being provided by the Blades of Chaos, really, really powerful. As you can see, Elmer is not going down. This is one of the team setups that you can use as long as Elmer survives. Should be absolutely fine. Atrops gives that attack buff, and yeah, as you can see, Elmer doing absolutely massive damage. And again, the reason for that is because Atrops has been buffed by the Soul Eater effect and also by the by the Soul Eater effect and also by the Elysian's effect as well. She provides that increased attack to the entire team. It's just absolutely massive damage. Now, Sal won't do very much. Yep, as you can see, he's not doing very much because he was one of the units that lost out effectively on Atrops' attack buff. But here we should see Sal start to do absolutely massive damage. We do get healing and Solomon here to finish things off. We'll see Solomon has done the most. Oh no, Elmer, not bad. But again, it's all thanks to Atrops being in this back middle slot. Now let's go ahead and build another team that we might want to run, and it is a Monarchs team. So Mavis, in case you don't know, Mavis is absolutely fantastic after you get her to 11 stars and above. We are going to use Aphrodite. The reason that we're going to use Aphrodite is because we do want Aphrodite to sync up with our other Monarchs on the team. So we have 3 Monarchs here in Avengers, and then what we'll do is we'll pop in a Glorian. So we do want a Glorian Monarch, and to link up with Aphrodite, we can go with Talanas, or we can go with Audrey in this spot. Now I think that Audrey would probably be better, and the reason for that is the Thornbinders synergy. And the Thornbinder synergy, we need 1 more, so let's go ahead and pop in. It will get super crazy if we do it that way. You can go ahead and use Elisha because she is a Monarch technically, but I'm not going to. Let's use Talos, yeah, because we don't have any other deviant synergies. And we'll pop Talos at the back over here, something along these lines. Let's go ahead, change up these. So we've got Avengers relics all in here, and let's keep the artifacts. Let's keep the relics the same as we've seen previously. We should have very little difficulty in taking these guys out. There are 2 Monarchs here, 2 Protectors, and then Corolla as well, and 5 Ethereals. Glorians. Definitely need another coffee. And so we do get the Mystifier's perk, so we do some damage to them right out the gate. That has been significantly reduced, I believe, and also I don't have sort of the Thornbinders or the Glacians Mistfire's pumped up. You can do that. It is something to take into consideration, is applying your Azure beads to the Thornbinder's synergies to increase the attack and defense and HP of any Thornbinders or Glacian synergy mates. I personally have not gone for that. It might be something that you want to try out, absolutely, but not for me. Now, the reason that Aphrodite did not steal any of the enemy units here is because we have the Astral Dragon down here. For me, it's just completely nerfed the Avengers this season. Not being able to steal enemy units is really, really detrimental to the Avengers units, or specifically for the latest Avengers strategies in Aphrodite here. Now, as you can see, we do have a Glorian on the team, but because we've only got 2 Glorians on the team, we're not really able to stop the stun effect from Talanas, so it can be a bit of a pain when we are trying to. But we do have Audrey here, who can steal shields, which is kind of what we're relying on as well, so just something to keep in mind. Now, what will happen is, because of Talanas and because of Gwyn, we will get our defense reduced every time we attack, and we will also get our, or the enemy will get their attack increased as well. We are able to survive, but really could be doing with one of our units to die, basically, which is a bit of a predicament considering we've got 5 monarchs on the team. So it is what it is. It's kind of counterintuitive, but this team will survive for as long as we need them to. It's just the damage that might be a bit of a problem, but over time we'll build up our damage here. So we'll be able to build up our attack and our defense based on the healing that we do receive, and that comes from the attacks. So as you can see, we got healing there from doing an attack. Do we get stunned? 2 of our units got stunned, and will Talanas stun us? I believe she will, because we've not reduced their attack. Yeah, so we get stunned again. If you're having trouble with this, easiest and the simplest way is just to have 2 or 3 Glorians on the team, and that will allow you to not be stunned for the first 4 rounds. So it won't make a difference at this point because we're up to round 7, but for that first round, where Talanas will perform her ultimate and try and stun us, same with Marina will try and stun us. That is, yeah, Audrey, she is one of the best. But again, what we really need, if you are struggling, would be either 2 Glorians and proof of Glorians, so you get the 3rd Glorian, or you need 3 Glorians on the team, and then that way you will stop being stunned. That applies to every single game mode. So if, say for example, you're struggling on the story mode because you keep getting stunned by Talanas, the best way to avoid being stunned by Talanas, and there she is standing alone, she needs a skim. She really does. Is to have 3 Glorians on the team, by the way. But she does need a skim. Talanas really does. For me, she really does need a skim. I would love it. I would snap that right up. Right, okay, so Avengers are some of the slowest units within the actual game to do whatever they need to do. So we'll go for as speedy a Glorian team as possible. And this is, again, even slower. This is even slower. But what we want to do is we'll put in Wu as well as Ariana. And I'll just demonstrate what I was talking about before. If we pop in Ariana in this slot, we kind of want Dio-chan to die as much as possible. As weird as it sounds, kind of want Dio-chan to die as much as possible. These should be absolutely fine. Upon death, yeah, absolutely fine, no problem. We'll keep those. You can, instead of going for speed, you can also increase healing rate as well. So yeah, it can be very powerful. Now we do have the 5 enchanters here. We have 2 Glorians and we have 3 Avengers, so we get our damage reduction as well as our stun prevention, effectively, or the crowd control effect from the Glorians team. We do get that with having just the 2 Glorians on the team. Now again, Wu is nerfed by having this Astral Dragon here. Really, really, it's quite frustrating actually. But it is what it is. Now, as you can see, we are healing up as well. So whenever Dao-Chan gets attacked, I believe she will heal. Or not. It is what it is. But we do have damage reduction from Wu as well. So Wu will provide the damage reduction of 75%. It is guaranteed, considering that we have... so it is guaranteed considering that we... Well, I have her runes available. Let's see how much Dao-Chan does here. It's a decent amount. I mean, it's not a small amount by any means. And Arkdina as well. Don't sleep on Arkdina. Very, very tough. Oh, so they can stun us. Oh, that's weird. I thought that having 2 of these 2 Glorians on the team would prevent that, but apparently not. Apparently that's just something else that... Oh, it's a real pain. Then Dragon gets healed again. I hate this Dragon. I really do. Hate is such a strong word, but I really dislike this Dragon. You know, I really don't like the Dragon at all. It's just so frustrating with the Avengers synergy, because you don't want this slot occupied. You really don't want this slot occupied. You want to be... The reason we're able to do so much damage, by the way, is because of the new unit, so Dao-Chan. Every time every time she bewitches an opponent, so every time Confuse is applied, you can stack attack up with her, and she then provides that to the rest of the team as well, which is why we're able to do much higher damage than we've seen previously. So that is another death. Again, the Dragon just does absolutely nothing. It doesn't do anything. Like it wastes your energy by doing a follow-up attack. Great, fantastic, but again, just useless. You know, for me anyway. So we have countered Emily, and we've applied. We've used Arkdina. So let's go ahead and build another team of Avengers. And which units have we not used so far? So we'll take out... I don't think we need the counter hero, honestly. Reducing HP by 50% every round. It's okay. Now, these are the 3 prime units for Avengers. These are the best of the best. In my opinion, these are the best of the best. You had Aphrodite in there, and you had Mavis in there as well. The reason that you would add in Aphrodite and Mavis, because of the Monarch synergy as well. You've got the full 5 Avengers here. You've got 2 Deviants, 2 Celestials, and then what we can do, go ahead and change our relics up. And typically what I would use is chest. And the reason that I use chest is chest over spear. Spear is better for PvE. Chest is better for PvP because it does reduce enemies' relic energy. Now I'm going to go with Sphere because we do get the HP increases, and Hand of Tyr just because it is, for me, it's the best Avengers relic that there is. Well, I think it is anyway. The shielding that it provides, the attack increases that it provides, really, really powerful stuff. Now, we do have 3 Phantoms on the team, so we can get more revives than is typical for the Avengers team, and we have the 2 Monarchs, so it will take longer to kill Mavis, giving her time to build up, and it will take longer to kill Aphrodite as well. And we want Aphrodite to survive for as long as possible, so she can steal as many enemy units as possible as well. Again, the problem with running Aphrodite on the team this season, or on the Avengers team this season, is once again the Astral Dragon. So even if, say for example, Mavis were to die here, she would come back to life, Aphrodite would trigger, and then we've just got no place for any of our units to... no place for any of the enemy units to get dragged over to. So, for example, we could potentially steal Talanas, if this astral dragon weren't in the way. And for me, it is what it is, you know. It is what it is. But I think we should be able to go ahead and skip this one because this is going to take a long time to do. It's really frustrating how long it takes for Avengers to do anything at all. Now, we did nearly die, but that is the point of the Avengers. We do want them to die as frequently as possible. I guess the dragon does help in that fact. If the dragon does die, then it does count towards Janna's passive and also Sal's passive as well. So we get the activation, we get the HP increases here, we get the healing, and the double activation of the sphere as well. Again, I think that's just saved our... yeah, it's just saved our Althea. But again, we're not doing any damage whatsoever, and that is typical of the Avengers team. Like, they do all of these flashy attacks. Yeah, absolutely. But guess what? They're not doing any damage. Like, you need to be doing thousands of millions of damage to get past this enemy team, and the only way that we can do that is if our units do end up dying. And although enemies are doing a lot of damage to us, and we've had our, I think it's HP reduced. Yeah, HP reduced every round. We are still not able to die. Or our units aren't able to die, which is why Janna won't be able to pump up. Again, this is super effective in non-seasonal PvP when we don't have this astral dragon down here. But again, it's not super effective right now because we're just not doing the damage that we need to. So as you can see, couldn't even pass it, even with all of these units. I mean, look at the quality of units that we've got. Nerissa, 10 stars. Mavis, 14 stars. Janna, 10 stars. Althea, 10 stars. Aphrodite, 9 stars. Got exclusive runes for Janna, exclusive runes for Mavis. You know, this team should careen the stage no problem, but it doesn't. It doesn't do that. So we're going to take out Nerissa, going to take out Mavis, and we're going to pop in Seraphina, and we will also pop in Catherine here as well, just to get more, well, as much damage in as we possibly can. Potentially changing out Chest for Spear might be the way forward, but again, it is what it is. So here we've got our 3 Avengers, so we do have our damage reduction present. I don't think it will make too much of a difference, but we should be able to pass through with no problem here, allegedly. Yeah, so as you can see, the Mystifier's Corrode damage has just done effectively more damage than we were able to put out that entire last game before anybody has taken an action. This is why I've invested so much into Mystifiers. Again, potentially, if I'd have invested more into Avengers, this would have been much easier. But I shouldn't need to invest my entire stock into this one synergy for it to be good. Yeah, it is what it is. So we do get the heal here, and we get the attack increase from Seraphina, as you can see, doing much more damage now. Janna here to do much more damage now that we've got the attack and defense increases from the Glorian synergy as well. And even Aphrodite, she has the potential to build up 1,000 attack or 1,000% attack. When she removes debuffs, she gains an additional, I believe it's 10%. So yeah, look, round 2, much easier. So building around the seasonal synergies, like Mystifiers, like Glorians, just having one of them in the team will bolster you forward. For me anyway, that's as good as it's going to get. So what we'll do is we're going to build a strikers team. So pop you in. We will pop in you, and then we'll pop in Lachesis as well. But that should be absolutely fine. So I'm going to keep Sal in this back slot. What we're going to do is take out Chest, and we will pop Spear in. Here you go. Now, Spear for me has been a difficult journey. So as you can see, my Spear was up to 6 stars, and it's been a long road to get that Spear, and a lot of investment of time, effort, and a bit of money here and there. It's, for me, it was effectively the best relic in the game. If you don't have a copy of Spear, you should probably prioritize getting that copy of Spear as quickly as you can. Again, it is because Fortitude popped already. Flipping heck. It's the Doom synergy that's been applied. Fortunately, we get that miss there, get another couple of misses. We just need Seraphina to survive, and this Fortitude effect hopefully will do the job. Once we've got that, once we've got Seraphina to survive, we should hopefully. Damn, what a shame. But we do gain max HP. We also gain increased damage from Sal, and Solomon will start to do massive amounts of damage now. Yeah, that's the reflect damage that's the problem. So Solomon here probably will end up dead. No, almost. But we get to see Sal pop off as well, which I think is absolutely essential in passing through these stages. So Sal here able to build up attack and defense with the Glorians passive, Grace of Hunters. So we should be sitting pretty, I believe. Yeah. We do gain that Fortitude effect just in the nick of time. What a pain. Yeah, absolutely fine. So let's keep going. I've got a couple of minutes to get through these next couple of levels because it takes so long to do anything with the Avengers. Yeah, real pain. That looked like a much better showing. Let's keep going. Again, we keep the Strikers synergy in here for as much as we can, just because we want Sal to increase his attack. And there we go, a bit of a better showing now that there's no reflect damage involved. Catherine there to do the most. I believe that will be through the Mistfire's damage. And then Solomon there, again, proving his worth. I'm very tempted to get his runes. I think I'm one off getting his runes. Solomon's runes, absolutely, they're not required. But they do help. I believe every time Solomon every time Solomon receives healing, he also dishes out 20% of that healing received to the rest of the team. So it can be quite vital in certain setups. But really, I've never had them, and I've never really needed them. They might have been, super effective at one point, but again, they may become very relevant later on if we get an overhealer on the Avengers team. But it's very unlikely that will happen because we do have Sal already. So potentially changing Seraphina around with Catherine or with Sal might be the way forward on this one. We do get Seraphina to heal though, which will bolster our team dramatically. So we get Lachesis performing her ultimate. Again, that is the reason that I usually have Sal in slot 1. The only reason I don't have Sal in slot 1 at the moment is because of the Elysian synergy there. So there we go. Started to take some damage with Sal as well. You can see we've got 15 stacks of defense reduction on here, but absolutely fine. So we increase our attack and defense. Again, that is thanks to the Grace of Hunters, not because of Sal's passive. We need him to lose health and then regain health. So giving Sal as much health as possible makes it a lot easier for us to power through. And there we go. So that is stage 70, all completed. I just want to say thanks very much for watching. Let me know how you're getting on. And yeah, just hope you have a fantastic day.